in his wildly active battle last summer in Atlantic City, New Jersey with Darren Barker, a fight in which he wound up losing a split decision by a single point. In fact, 4 of Geale's last 6 fights are split decisions. He seems to be a guy who's just given to being in close fights, Max.
And partly that's because he's fighting a pretty good level of opposition. As you mentioned, he's an active fighter. He can also fight aggressively. He can move, he can stay on the outside. He's not just a one-dimensional fighter. That said, he's not incredibly quick. He doesn't have the kind of explosive punching power you would think he would need to score an upset against Golovkin. If he's to win tonight, he's going to have to take a page out of Michael Spink's book when he upset Larry Holmes 30-something years ago. He's going to have to be there, not be there, upset Golovkin's rhythm and timing, get on the inside, land punches, tie him up, use every trick in the book.
And now the crowd anticipates the entrance of Triple G himself. On February 18, Gennady Golovkin's world was turned upside down. That day, his father, Gennady Ivanovich Golovkin, suffered a fatal heart attack. The distraught son immediately returned to his native Kazakhstan, where his boxing schedule was put on hold while the Golovkin family mourned the loss of their beloved patriarch.
He was scheduled to fight April 26th, and his father died in February. And so he took all this time off because they have to have 40 days of mourning in Kazakhstan. That's part of their custom. So he took 4 months off. So the first couple of days were a little strange for both of us because usually we get him back in a month. But 2 or 3 days after being here and being around the guys and hitting the mitts, and everything changes. Back to Gennady. He's back to that driven individual that he was before he left.
First time, just a little bit different situation. What difficult? Just mentality, because big stress for me.
He was very close to his father. He's come to accept the fact that his father's gone, but he still has his mother and his family to take care of.
I love my career. This is my life, It's not finished for me, and not finished for my family. For my father too, He loved my boxing.
16 consecutive knockouts, 26 knockouts in 29 professional fights, 350 amateur fights, of which he won 345. Max Kellerman, what's most fundamental to his ability to knock opponents out? Is it the remarkable hand skill? Is it the thudding power with both hands? Or is it the footwork, which seems always to put him in the best position?
Well, the punching power is the most obvious component, but the footwork really is the thing that enables him to deliver that punching power. His opponent immediately sees his balance is so good, he cuts off the ring so well, that he's always in position to land punches. And his opponent therefore has to expend enormous energy, defensive energy, emotional energy, keeping Golovkin off him before Golovkin even really has to set a pace with his hands. And then, of course, he goes to the head and the body with both hands with concussive force.
Last November, in the small room here at the Garden, he demonstrated that he's got a good chin as he took some big shots from a hellacious punching opponent, Curtis Stevens. Daniel Geale is a better all-around fighter than Curtis Stevens, but maybe doesn't have as much one-punch power. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA, this is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Presented by K2 Promotions and Gary Shaw Productions, along with Triple G Promotions in association with Grange Old School Boxing. Sponsored by 2017 Expo, Tesla Bank, and Fortitsa Vodka. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Chairwoman Melvina Lathan, Executive Director David Berlin, Director of Boxing Eric Bentley. The International Boxing Organization, President Ed Levine's supervisor, Jeremy Levine. The World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Sr., Supervisor Aurelio Fenengo. At ringside, the three judges scoring this bout, Julie Letterman, John McKay, and Don Trella. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Mike Ortega. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from Madison Square Garden, New York City, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer Graham Shaw, wearing silver and weighing in officially at 159 1/4 pounds. An outstanding professional record consisting of 30 victories, including 16 knockouts with 2 defeats. From Harrington Park, New South Wales, Australia, the challenger, former 2-time middleweight world champion, Daniel Real Deal Geale. And fighting out of the red corner with his trainer Abel Sanchez, wearing white with black, official weight 159 3/4 pounds. This Olympic silver medalist now has a perfect record as a professional, consisting of 29 fights, 29 victories, including 26 KOs. His KO percentage, the highest in middleweight championship history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Graham?
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both of you. Good luck to both of you. Let him up.
Gennady Golovkin, or Triple G as he's known, is the hardcore fight fans' favorite fighter because every time they see him, he's knocking someone out. Can he continue to do that as his level of competition continues to rise? Daniel Geale believes he's going to win this fight, even if no one else does.
And if the level of competition is indeed rising, it isn't rising fast enough to satisfy the demand and the expectation of many that Golovkin become a top-shelf superstar. It's hard to do it if you aren't fighting other top-shelf superstars, and so far, none of them have chosen to do so. So, what serves Golovkin's purpose better in looking for big fights? Yet another knockout, which makes him look indomitable, or a chink in the armor that might suggest to others, like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., or Carl Froch, or Andre Ward, or Miguel Cotto, that they can indeed take the chance of fighting Golovkin. There's something to be said for both, as long as he wins the fight.
His fans want to see knockouts, though, and you can see him coming out stalking right away. Geale, though, even though he's a confident fighter, Jim, you can start to see what we were discussing about Golovkin's positioning. Knowing he's such a big hitter and knowing he's frequently in punching range, the other guy here, Geale, has to constantly do things to keep him off. And so far, Geale doing a nice job of disrupting Golovkin's rhythm.
Yes, and he's landed a couple of good body shots. Golovkin has gotten in a couple of solid jabs, and Golovkin's jab is becoming part of the legend because opponents have been known to go down, as did Ousmane Adama, the last man Golovkin fought in Monte Carlo earlier this year. Daniel Geale also fought Adama and won a hard-fought 12-round decision. Golovkin knocked him down 3 times in 7 rounds on the way to the 16th consecutive knockout.
Golovkin showing nice little defensive maneuvers with his shoulders, picking off punches from either hand of Geale by just raising his shoulder and deflecting the shot.
And there's the footwork. Geale trying to slip away to the right. Golovkin traps him against the ropes, then pressures him into the corner, bangs him with a huge right hand. Hooking off the jab and making it look good. Left hook to the body, solidly landed. Geale fighting back and showing bottle.
Golovkin is a,
Watch the back of the head.
as Marvin Hagler used to say, a seek and destroy type of fighter, but he's patient.
Good right hand by Geale over the top of Golovkin's left. Now Geale goes down without a punch. Golovkin was trapping him into the corner.
A cameraman's strap. Geale's foot went right through it.
Momentarily discomforting to the Australian fighter. Golovkin stepped away and gave him plenty of time to get up. Now combination punching against the ropes by Golovkin. Geale looking for something to counter and did so with the right hand.
Golovkin doesn't merely follow his opponent around. He cuts off the ring. And so the ring, every pass his opponent makes circling Golovkin, the ring gets smaller and smaller until Golovkin has his man on the ropes, and then he attacks with surgical precision.
Break, let him out, break. Step back, box.
Our unofficial timekeeper is saying that this round has already lasted significantly longer than 3 minutes. One thing you don't need against Gennady Golovkin is for the round to be a minute too long. Finally, it comes to an end.
Okay.
That round was exactly 4 minutes long.
Don't just look when you start touching. Just start slowing them down. Start slowing them down, okay? Good round. I just want to see a little more activity on the arms, okay? Arms and right here. No grease, man. Okay, you see he's not going to go anywhere, right? He's going to stay right there. Okay, we got to make sure that we're busy with shortening shots until the good one comes up. Okay, correct? Okay. Deep breath.
And there's blood already on the face of Daniel Geale. You can see that in the corner, run by trainer Graham Shaw. They're working on a cut above the right eye.
And he was pawing at it after a clash of heads. Here is the strangest round of the year so far. A cameraman allowed his strap just to kind of hang out on the ring apron.
Yep.
Catching Geale's ankle. That plus the 4-minute round in the same round.
That was one of the most experienced cameramen in the sport. You see him at every big fight. So that was an odd occurrence. And then the clock was allowed to run to 4 minutes rather than the normal 3. And now Geale has a cut above the right eye. And Golovkin is going to work. Body shot, hard right hand upstairs. Down goes Geale, first knockdown of the fight in the 2nd round.
And Geale's thinking, I didn't do anything wrong. How did that happen?
Hey, come here, come to me. Go, right?
He was trying to remain defensively responsible. But Golovkin, again, his positioning because of the footwork, Jim, when he has Geale on the ropes, Geale doesn't believe he can slide out to either side, which is why you see him sometimes grab Golovkin and then spin him.
More and more Geale realizes sheer volume punching won't do it. He's going to have to land with authority to try to keep Golovkin at bay. So Geale's muscling up and trying to put as much as he can on every punch. Meanwhile, Golovkin looks extraordinarily relaxed.
Geale complained after the knockdown. He didn't say anything, but he made a motion with his hand as though Golovkin had hit him with a rabbit punch in the back of the head. I didn't see it, but it was difficult to determine with a naked eye exactly what punch caused the knockdown.
Yeah, it was hard to see if one punch caused the knockdown. It looked more like an accumulation type knockdown. Good left hook by Geale.
Yep. Geale giving up room though, you know, even if, and Golovkin with him on the ropes again, even if he doesn't have the punching power to drive Golovkin back, he might want to try breaking Golovkin's forward momentum by tying him up and walking him back, just to put him back on his heels a little bit.
Good straight right hand by Golovkin. Geale making a spirited effort, but too often getting caught as he comes forward. Good left hook by Golovkin.
Break. Let him out. Step back. Box.
Right hand by Golovkin drives Geale into the ropes. Geale firing back with a left hook, just missed.
People have asked me often, Jim, who does Golovkin remind me most of in history? And I don't have a great answer for it, but he does certain things like Joe Louis. Short, straight, powerful punches with both hands behind a ramrod jab.
Well, that's a pretty favorable comparison, isn't it?
That's better, Dan. That's better. You're staying off the ropes. It's better. Be first, Dan. Be fine. Be first. When you're first, you're upsetting. You know, you're sitting on your punches real good, mate.
Give me an iron, Joe. An iron.
Nice tight guard all the time.
Good job.
Movement. Stay in that zone. Playing good. That's a good round. You're seeing him now. You're picking him. You know.
Here we see the knockdown. Stiff jab from Golovkin. Right hand misses. Left hand misses. Right hand, there it is. You could see it kind of hit him, but slid across the back of his head, causing the knockdown. Those were not Joe Louis punches, incidentally, Jim. Those were more wilder swinging punches.
He was swinging big. CompuBox numbers in round two. Golovkin 16 out of 61. Geale 13 out of 47. GGG landing only 5 out of 27 jabs in the round. That's very inaccurate for
neutral corner.
Triple G with the jab.
Okay.
He is number one in the sport among all fighters counted by CompuBox, averaging 12 jabs landed per round. Nobody else lands as many.
Geale is showing that he's frustrating Golovkin a little bit with some movement. Golovkin missing more wildly than we've seen in recent fights at times.
Step back. Box.
Geale has to take advantage of it when Golovkin misses the way he did.
Geale much more active than other Golovkin opponents have been at this point in the fight. Underlining and substantiating the notion that he's the best opponent so far on the Golovkin list. Left hook by Golovkin. Now he's got Geale cornered again. Good body shot by Geale with the right hand.
Geale's not trying to lose. He's losing because he was in with a better fighter. And Golovkin, it seems, having tasted Geale's power in the first round or two, or at least gauged it, has decided that Geale doesn't have a lot for him and is
walking toward it.
Walking him down, yeah.
Forcing Geale to expend extraordinary energy to continue movement try to generate the punch output that will interrupt Golovkin's offensive action, while Gennady continues to look very relaxed as he finds his way from spot to spot, trapping Geale against the ropes, cornering him, and hammering him like dead body shots. Down goes Geale again on a brilliant right hand.
Geale is trying, he's in bad trouble, Jim.
Left hook to the body and a right hand, and Geale trying to get his head together. And Geale can't go forward, and it's a third-round knockout for Golovkin.
That was smart by Geale. He saw he had no balance. The contest had already been decided. Geale was trying to land his shots in the exchange with Golovkin. But in addition to having real punching power, Golovkin is a precise puncher. Didn't always show it tonight, but showed it right there.
Spectacular. Geale lasts just as long as Matthew Macklin did. Well, actually, a minute longer because the first round stretched to 4 minutes.
Against Darren Barker and Anthony Mundine and Felix Sturm, Sebastian Sylvester. He's usually winning, occasionally losing a decision. Close, hard, long fights against top 10 middleweights, but can't get out of the early part of the fight with Gennady Golovkin.
Here come the replays. Take it away, Max.
Well, Geale trying to exchange with him, figures that's the best time to hit him, clips him with a nice little right hand, but that's a bazooka that Golovkin is throwing.
That right hand was the end of the fight. I mean, you're not going to find many middleweights in the world who could last past that.
Right, it was a one-punch knockout.
And that was coming off of getting hit flush by a Geale right hand. Extraordinary. As is just about everything he does. So that's knockout number 17 in a row. Knockout number 27 out of 30 fights as a professional. And for Daniel Geale, it's the third loss of his career. Probably the most disappointing, but he himself acknowledged that it was over when he nodded at the referee and said, "I'm done." Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, referee Mike Ortega calls a halt to the bout following the knockdown. The official time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of round number 3. The winner by TKO victory. Victory number 30, knockout number 27, 18 in a row. Still the middleweight champion of the world, the undefeated Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
So Good Boy Nation is out there celebrating the latest Golovkin knockout. And in a moment, most likely, Gennady Golovkin will be telling Max Kellerman that Daniel Geale was a good boy. Final CompuBox numbers in a one-sided wipeout. Golovkin landing 16 more punches, throwing 51 more punches, landing at exactly the same connect percentage as Daniel Geale. It's the power difference that made what happened in the fight take place. Look at that. Geale landed 33 out of 86 power punches, landed at a higher connect percentage than did Golovkin, who was 33 out of 99. But it's the force of the 33 that made the difference in the fight. And Punch Zone will show us where the two fighters landed. Geale was focusing on trying to land to the body, hoping that he could keep Golovkin off of him. He landed 15 right hands to the body, so that 19 of his total power shots were thrown to the body. It was a clear focus on the part of Geale to try to take something out of Golovkin and keep him off. Golovkin wasn't bothered. Came forward, threw only 6 body shots against Daniel Geale that he landed, but the 35 punches landed to the left side of Geale's head. 35 times that Golovkin rocked him with the right hand, set up the ultimate knockout victory. And now Max Kellerman is standing by with Gennady Golovkin.
Triple G, congratulations. That's 17 in a row. You said before the fight that the knockout's not important. It'll come if it comes. But is the knockout important?
Yes, absolutely. Knockout is very important, not just for me, not just for my team, for everybody. This is a show. This is big drama show.
He was advertised in many quarters as maybe the best overall professional fighter you've fought. What are your thoughts about what Geale brought to the table tonight?
Max, thank you very much. No, I think, please, guys, thank you for my opponent. Thank you very much for Daniel. I respect him. He's a big deal. He's a big fighter. Thank you very much, Daniel.
You seemed after a round or two to think that you could walk him down, and then did that. Does your game plan change from fight to fight, depending on the opponent? Or are you just Gennady Golovkin, the search and destroy guy, and you're doing the same thing to everyone?
Look, guys, absolutely. This is my style. This is my fighter style. I told you, Max, first round, I'm just looking at him. Just looking at his tactic. My tactic, just fight. I'll show you second round and last round. Thank you very much.
Let's take a look at the knockout. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, this is a good fight.
You exchange right hands, but he's the one who went down. He hit you cleanly there, though.
Max, thank you. This is my style, like Mexican style. This is fight. This is not game, this is fight. I love fight.
Like the Mexican style, you mean aggressive and action-seeking?
Absolutely, every time.
You have now fought some top 10 middleweights, but you haven't yet to fight the elite fighters in boxing or even in the division. Who is it that you want to fight now, Gennady?
Max, my focus 160 right now. I want unification fight. I want who is the best. For me, very important, who is the best in middleweight division. Who right now champions, a lot of champions. Miguel Cotto, Peter Quillen. I'm staying here, San Saliman. Guys, you need show, you need amazing show, just call me. I'm staying here, I'm ready for everybody.
If you had your preference, who would that fighter be? Who do you want first?
Miguel. I respect him. Cotto. 100%. I respect him. I respect his style. This is big, the best present for everybody. For TV, for my fans, for everybody, for boxing.
Before I let you go, your first fight in the big room at Madison Square Garden, what does it mean to you?
First, thank you very much. You coming for your time. You coming for my fight. This is my first debut in big arena. It's very important for me. Thank you. This is my present for everybody. Thank you, my fans.
Thanks as always, Triple G. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Max Kellerman. Another fabulous performance by Gennady Golovkin, and we had hoped to talk to Daniel Geale, but as you can see, Daniel Geale left the ring during the Max Kellerman Gennady Golovkin interview and made his way to the dressing room, so he's out of range for us right now. How convincing has Gennady Golovkin been to other fighters in the sport? Take a look at this one quote. It comes from Carl Froch. King Carl, as swaggering and confident a presence as can be found in boxing. When asked on May 1 whether he would be interested in fighting Gennady Golovkin, Carl Froch said, and take it to mean anything you want, just swerve Golovkin like the plague. He punches like a mule. I don't need to be in with him. Dangerous fight. Who in the world would Carl Froch say that about? Only one man, Gennady Golovkin. So will tonight's performance get him any closer to fighting the Miguel Cottos and Julio Cesar Chavez's and Carl Froch's of the world, or does it put him even farther away?
No, he continues to create demand. I mean, he's the surest thing for entertainment as you have in sports right now. And to be fair to Carl Froch, he was asked, how would you fight Golovkin? So you can read that same quote, I'd swerve Golovkin, as saying he'd stay away from him. You can't get in there with him, meaning be on the inside. It's unclear what he meant, but either way, either Carl Froch just said he doesn't want to fight Golovkin at all, or he just said, even though he's a big, tough, sturdy, punching, super middleweight, there's a 160-pounder who, if he fought him, he would be very, very careful. Either way, That's who Gennady Golovkin is.
Indeed, and let me just underline what you said. The surest bet for entertainment in sports, right?
I can't think of anyone in sports right now that I would rather see, an event I'd rather see, than a Gennady Golovkin fight. You're guaranteed action, and in recent times, guaranteed knockouts. We'll see if he can continue to do that as the opponents continue getting better.
Nobody in the sport is more interested in staying active. You're likely to see him in the ring before the end of the year if a fight can be made. We can't wait. Meanwhile, let's look at what's coming up on HBO Sports.